I'm Jade, and I think the world needs more houseplants, like a lot more. In fact, I love houseplants so much, I turned my hobby into a career with my own plant shop. Whether you're plant obsessed or a total newbie, I'm here to help. This is Houseplants 101. Hey everyone, I'm Jade. Welcome back to Handmade. As you can see, these plants have had better days. Most of us, even the best plant parent, has killed a plant a time or two. You go to the plant store, you find a plant you love, you take it home, and then a month later, it's dead. Aww. I'm here today to talk about Plant 101 care tips and the do's and don'ts, so that next time you bring that plant in your house, it not only lives, but thrives. So let's get to it. One of the most important things to think about when you bring a new plant in your home is the type of light it's getting. Most people know that all plants need light, but they don't think about the type of light the plant needs. Some plants need really bright, full sun, and they do well in southern exposure, like succulents and cacti, whereas other plants may not need that light, and they do well in low light conditions, like northern light. If you're not sure what type of light your home has, you can always use a compass app, and that will help you and guide you to pick the perfect plant for your home. Even if you haven't looked at your lighting conditions in your home, if you get a plant and it is super happy where it's at, do not move it. But if your plant is struggling, go ahead and put it in different lighting conditions to see where that plant is happiest. When you bring your plant home, do not put it in bright, full, direct sun. This can actually stress your plant out and cause really dark brown sunspots. Instead, place your plant in bright indirect or filtered light and then gradually move it to a stronger light source if it needs it. Overwatering is one of the quickest ways to kill your plant. Aww. So some plants, like ferns, need water once a week, whereas other plants, like a cactus or a ZZ, can go up to a month without water. When in doubt, here are some visual cues to help figure out when to water next. This is a Chinese evergreen. As you can see, one is happy and upright, and the other one is sad and may need a drink. There are some visual signs to let me know that this plant needs to be watered. One of the telltale signs is that this plant's leaves are droopy, the leaf is also curling, and the soil is pretty dry. Another way to tell when your plant needs water is to simply just pick up the pot. When a plant doesn't need water, it's going to feel heavier because there's going to be more moisture in the soil. A plant that does need water is going to be lighter because the soil is probably completely dry. So this plant has been thoroughly watered, and when you feel around in it, you will notice that the soil is really wet, and when you take your finger out, you will see that the soil is darker and sticks to your finger. On the other hand, this plant has not been watered in a while, and it is very hard to stick my finger into. Also, when I pull my finger out, there is less soil on my hand, and the soil that you do see is lighter. Also, when you water your plant, you want to make sure that it does have proper drainage. One way to know that your plant is thoroughly watered is to make sure that there's water coming out all around the base of the pot and not just in one spot. Once the plant gets the water it needs, make sure to dump out any excess water that is still sitting in the pot. Plants do not like the base of their pot wet, which is called wet feet, and that can also lead to root rot, which might eventually kill your plant. Some plants love humidity. A good example of this are tropical plants because they come from rainforest. Here are a couple of ways to add humidity to your plant's environment. One way to add humidity is to create a pebble tray. This is a tray with rocks in it that you add water to create moisture and humidity in your home. You can also group your plants together to add some humidity. Plants are like pack animals, and they actually like to be with each other. When you do this, this creates a microclimate for your plants where humidity bounces from one plant to the next. If you pack a lot of plants together, this can actually be a really great way to make sure that there's enough humidity in your home. Or you can use a plant mister a few times a week. Make sure to mist the plant in the morning so that the water has enough time to evaporate throughout the day. It is important to check in with your plant daily to see what it needs. For example, this plant is droopy, and this is also a great chance to cut off any dead or dying leaves. Make sure to mist your plants and clean off any dirt or debris that's on the leaves from time to time. This can be done by simply wiping the leaves with a cloth or a towel so that it can better take up the sunlight. Now that we covered the basics, here are some plant options that are great for beginners. The first one that we're going to talk about is the neon pothos. This plant has very neon leaves and is an awesome pick for beginners. You only water it once every 2 weeks, and it grows quickly, and also it's very low light tolerant. This easy plant is perfect for the on-the-go plant parent. One of the reasons why it's such a fan favorite is because it can go up to a month to a month and a half without watering. Also, it's super low light friendly and perfect for that corner that you're trying to fill. The snake plant can make a perfect addition to your home because it can get very large, it's modern looking, and its leaves are very bold and vibrant. If you have a lot of light in your home, the cactus could be the perfect plant for you because it loves full, bright, indirect sunlight and only needs watering about once a month, so it's very drought tolerant. And this is my very favorite plant to introduce to any beginner, and that is the Chinese evergreen. This is a plant that I love because it needs medium light and it's an amazing air purifier. Let me know in the comments what plant questions I should answer next. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!